Today we are going to do something very important. Till now we created a Next.js app, created pages, added routes, rendered course data and understood static rendering. But one question is still left. How do we take this app from our laptop and make it available on the internet? Because in real software development, writing code is only half the work. The real workflow is code on your laptop, push code to GitHub, connect GitHub to a deployment platform, deploy the app, make changes, push again, and see automatic redeployment. Today we will do exactly that. We will push our Next.js app to GitHub, deploy it on Vercel, then make one small change and see how Vercel automatically redeploys the latest version. So what is the workflow? Before touching the code, let us understand the flow. Our Next.js app is currently on our computer. But if we want to show it to a client, recruiter, friend, or user, we need two things. First, we need GitHub. GitHub stores our code online. It is like the public or private home of our project code. Second, we need Vercel. Vercel takes our Next.js project, builds it, and gives us a live website link. So the flow is simple. We create a local project, then deploy to GitHub repository, push it to GitHub repository, deploy it using Vercel, then our live website is ready. And after the first setup, the workflow becomes even simpler. Make change, commit, push, Vercel redeploys automatically. This is why modern deployment feels powerful. First, open your Next.js project in Cursor. So we will open the D13 project only. So this is our D13 project. Now we had run this yesterday also, but let us run it again. pnpm run dev, pnpm dev simply. I need to go inside cdmyr and then run pnpm dev. Let me close all the tabs. So it is running on localhost 3001. So Control Shift P, simple browser. So now I type there localhost 3001. In your laptops, it can run on localhost 3000. So this is our code. This is our website. This is available locally. What we want is that the website should be available to everyone. But before deploying our project, always make sure it works locally. Now let us stop the server and let's build this project. Control C. Now we write pnpm build. This command checks whether the project can be built for production. If this command passes, we are safer before deploying. If it fails, we should fix the issue before pushing to GitHub. This is a good habit. Do not deploy blindly. Maybe side by side we can check or it has been built. Now let us check if Git has been initialized or not. So Git status. So Git has already been initialized. If you see an error saying this is not a Git repository, run git init. Now check files by Git status. You will see many files. But remember, Next.js projects already usually include a .gitignore file. So this is important because we do not want to push node modules to GitHub. So here you can see .gitignore file, and here node modules is listed. So that's why it does not include node modules files. That's why they are graded. They are lighter in color than the others because it is not included in the Git repository. Uh, Node modules is very large and it can be created using a pnpm install. So we don't need to push it to GitHub. Now let us add the files. I think there is nothing to commit, so we can skip git add dot or git commit. But if it was not initialized, then you would have to write git add dot and git commit -m in it. If you are not familiar with the git command, then you can watch the previous video in this series to learn about git. Now our code is saved locally in git. Now we can go to GitHub and create a new repository. For the demo, I am creating a new repository. You can keep it public or private. For students and freshers, public repositories are helpful because they can show their work to recruiters. Do not add README from GitHub right now if your project already has files locally. Create the repository. GitHub will show some commands. So we will use this. Because we already have this project initialized and we already has a origin attached to it. So first we'll remove the origin. So there is, because I'm using cursor, so I can simply ask command to show origin. So this day 13 GitHub repo is attached. I want to remove this. So command to remove origin. Now origin has been removed. If I type again, I get nothing. So now I add the origin. Git remote add origin. Okay. So now I have got the new origin. The branch is already main, as you can see here at the bottom left. Now I push to the main branch. So now I can show you in the GitHub that this code has been pushed. Once I reload it, you can see the code there. So here is the code. This is the first milestone. Your code is now online. Now open Vercel. Sign in using GitHub. Click on Add New Project. Vercel will show you your GitHub repositories. So let me switch to the Vercel screen. So now I click on Import. Then I can choose the root directory. Directory will be the one which has my app folder. It automatically detects that it is next based on Next.js. Now I click on Deploy. So before deploying, we need to check what is the framework that has been selected and what is the root directory. For today, we do not need environment variables, but understand this clearly. Environment variables are used when your app needs secret or environment specific values like API URLs, database URLs, or authentication keys. For front-end public variables in Next.js, we usually use names starting with next underscore public underscore. So next under all in caps next underscore public underscore. But do not put secrets directly in front-end public variables. Now, when we have clicked deploy, the Vercel is installing dependencies and it has been deployed right now. So now let's open the URL. The URL is real engineering day 14.vercel.app. So the app is now live. Let me try to show you the URL. So this is the URL. Now your Next.js app is live on the internet. This is the second milestone. Now let us prove that deployment is not a one-time thing. Go back to cursor and open app/page.tsx. Find the homepage heading. Change it from something like learn real software development to this thing. Maybe I can live on Vercel. Let us save it. Now check Git status. Let's add the change. Git add. So all the files inside app has been added to Git. Now let us commit. Now finally let us push it. Now go back to Vercel, open the project dashboard. You will see a new deployment starting automatically. This is the magic of connecting GitHub with Vercel. We did not manually upload files again. We simply pushed code to GitHub and Vercel detected the change, rebuilt the project and redeployed the website. Once the deployment completes, refresh your live website. Let me show you the Vercel screen. So this is my home page. Now here you can see the live on Vercel part that we had added. Now the updated heading is appearing. This is the third milestone. You have completed the real front-end deployment workflow. Let us understand what happened behind the scenes. When we push code to GitHub, GitHub stored the latest version of our project. Because Vercel is connected to this GitHub repository, Vercel noticed the new commit. Then Vercel ran the build process. If the build passed, Vercel replaced the old version of the website with the new version. The live URL stayed the same, but the content changed. This is how production and deployment works in vanilla teams. Development do not copy paste files manually, they push code. Developers do not copy paste files manually, they push code. The deployment platform builds and ships the app. Now finally let us discuss some common mistakes. So one common mistake is forgetting to push. You may commit locally, but if you do not run git push, GitHub will not receive the change, and Vercel will not redeploy. Second mistake is build fails on Vercel. To avoid this, run locally npm run build before pushing. Third mistake is wrong root directory. If your Next.js app is inside a subfolder, you must tell Vercel the correct root directory. So let me write down these mistakes. Let me switch to cursor, and let me rewrite this as it is day 14, right? Day 14. Critical mistakes. Deploying conversion. So first mistake was forgetting to push. And then second mistake was build fails on Vercel. To avoid this, we run npm build or npm run build locally before pushing. Third mistake is wrong root directory. If your Next.js app is inside a subfolder, you must tell Vercel the correct root directory. Fourth mistake is missing environment variables. If your app works locally but fails in Vercel, check whether you forgot to add environment variables in Vercel project settings or not. Then fifth mistake is GitHub repository is not visible in Vercel. In that case, check GitHub permissions for the Vercel integration. So today we learned the real front-end deployment workflow. We checked our Next.js app locally. We pushed the code to GitHub. We imported the GitHub repository into Vercel. We deployed the app. Then we made one change, committed it, pushed it, and watched Vercel how it redeploys automatically. This is a very important skill because in real software development, your job is not just to write code. Your job is to ship working software. Today, you shipped your first Next.js front-end app. So, task for today is create one small change in the homepage of or course page, commit it with a clean message, push it to GitHub, open Vercel and confirm that a new deployment has started. Then share your live Vercel URL. Your task is complete only when your app is visible on the live URL. This app is visible on this live URL. You can check it on your own. So your task is complete only when your updated app is visible on the live URL that you can write in the comment.